Hey queens, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming on here. So today we're going to be talking 8 reasons your hair is not scratch that, why your hair is not thriving. So let's get into the video, shall we? Alright, so I'm just going to jump into this video first of all by telling you I am not talking about reasons why your hair is not growing. I'm talking about why your hair is not thriving, if that is the case with you. For me, growing and thriving are two different things. It's just like having two different plant species or two different kinds of dogs. You know, you might have a dog that is, really small size, like a Chihuahua, and you have a bigger dog like a Doberman or something else. Now, to say that they're not growing because they're not at the same height or the same weight would be robbing one of the other. Okay, so really thriving is doing well, prospering and flourishing in your natural state according to how you were created to thrive, okay, the way you were created to grow. So my growth rate or my growth pattern for my hair and my skin and my body is different from yours. The same way we're created individually is the same way our hair tends to thrive. So I'm talking about why our hair as individuals might generally not be thriving, not necessarily growing, because when you say growing, a lot of people are looking at, waist length hair. You cannot place your mind on those kind of growth patterns as, as the goal. Your goal is for your hair to do well, to be healthy, to thrive, to prosper, and to be in its best state at every given time. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. The first reason why your hair might not be thriving is the lack of moisture or improper moisturization processes. Now, when I'm talking about moisture, anyone that knows me knows that when I attack or handle hair issues, I don't just handle them from a superficial perspective. That means, just the outside, but I look on the inside more than, the outside, because most of the time our problems tend to be more internal than external. Usually what I believe is that the inside reflects best what the outside shows. So if you do not moisturize yourself from the inside, it might not reflect itself on the outside. Now, moisturizing must start with you drinking more water. Yes. So if you can consume more water during your day, try to stay as hydrated as possible. Take baths, because your skin also drinks water. When you take a bath, your pores sipping all that the steam and the water droplets that are on your skin. That's what also makes your skin thrive. So as much as you spray your hair with water and you use a leave-in conditioner that is water-based, it is very important that you also put in moisture into your body by drinking as much water as you can in a day. When you have that in check, and then you can now go ahead to put some water in your spray bottle, spray your hair before you apply all your products. If you want to know how to properly moisturize your hair, there will be a link in the description below that would take you to one of the videos where I show you how to properly moisturize your hair, both in the moist seasons and in the winter. Okay. Number 2 reason why your hair might not be thriving is a lack of routine, or the lack of a good routine. If your routine has to do with when you wash your hair, how you wash your hair, when you deep condition, if at all you deep condition, when you can do a clay mask, if you're going to use any special products, how you apply your leave-in conditioner, and all the works about your hair, how you install a protective style, all of those encompass your routine. Now, if you don't have your routine on a lockdown, you would definitely end up in trouble, because if you know that you're supposed to wash your hair once every month, and you know that that's what your hair needs to thrive, and you for some reason or the other miss out on that and you don't do it as soon as possible, you might end up you know, compromising on your hair journey, on your journey to healthier hair. So what I always recommend is that you get a workable routine. If you're a busy person, you're on a very busy schedule, you know that you might not be able to moisturize your hair every day or every other day. You have to know that, okay, at the end of the week, I have to go in there with, you know, moisturizing my hair. When I apply all my moisturizing butters and my oils and my leave-in conditioner, I need to lock it in by maybe putting in a processing cap, just so that all of that goodness of that product can get into every strand, because you know that you might be too busy to do it until a new week, you know. So there should be no excuse, there should be no reason why you cannot stick to a routine, because your routine should be fashioned in a way that it fits into your lifestyle. If you're someone who exercises a great deal, you know that you are going to be sweating a lot from your scalp. I have clients like that who come and complain about itchy scalps or scalps that smell very easily, and they ask, can I wash my hair with shampoo every week? It's a no-no on every case to wash your hair with shampoo all the time, but the alternative is to co-wash, because then you're not losing any kind of natural oils. You're actually replacing your conditioning and your conditioners on your hair. So just do what works for you. But 3 reasons why your hair might not be thriving is health reasons. Now, we cannot turn our backs on this very important situation. Some people try their best, they hydrate, they eat well, they try to put their hair in protective styles. They do all the crossing of T's and dotting of I's. However, they still end up having problems with their hair growth and their hair thriving. Now, for this, some of the time I ask them if they have any prevailing medical issues. Some people are anemic, some people are going through chemotherapy, some people are going through or just came out of chemo, some people might just have had a baby and their body is lacking in some necessary nutrients or trying to just naturally shed off some of those things, so you need to know your health status and how healthy your body is for your hair to thrive. So some of the time, some of these issues that we might have reoccurring with our hair, especially when we're doing every other thing to make sure that our hair is properly, healthy. Check within, make sure that inside of you, you're healthy and you're thriving and you're doing well. Number 4 reason why your hair might not be thriving is that you might not be deep conditioning. Now, a lot of people from where I'm from, meeting a lot of different kinds of clients, in the salon, they wonder, what's a deep condition? You find them asking, I have a leave-in conditioner. How would you say I'm not deep conditioning? And then I go steaming and they're like, oh, okay. Because all the while with us growing up from when we were young, that's what we used to call it. Your mom will take you to a salon and be like, okay, so you're going to steam her hair and then wash and then put it in a plate or something. But now we call, the real name for it is a deep condition. The reason why it's called a deep condition is because you're placed under a processing cap after applying the deep conditioner to your hair in generous amounts, and then the hair can process that product, and the deep conditioner works like an air conditioner to a room. It makes the hair more conducive, it makes it more pliable, it helps with elasticity, it helps it be more flexible, and then it helps it also receive the products that you might end up using after you wash and condition your hair. So getting a deep condition is very, very important, especially once you cleanse your hair. I always tell people I didn't get this until after like 2 years into my hair journey, and then I found out that the more I put a deep conditioner into my monthly routine or my wash day routine, I found that my hair thrived more. My hair looked more supple, it shined better, it received products better, and it retained the moisture that I was putting into my hair. In fact, that was one of the ways that I was able to move from high porosity hair to medium porosity hair now where I am. In the past, once you just wet my hair just turns limp, and in like 2 minutes it's dry. It was losing moisture very easily. So deep conditioning actually helped it to transit backward from the damaged nature up to you know, where it is right now, where it receives products and is able to retain its moisture for much longer. And you know, so it is very important that you deep condition your hair as often as you can. Number 5 reason why your hair might not be thriving is over or underuse of products. Now let me try to explain that. You know, when we are newly natural, we tend to experiment a lot with products, and some people become product junkies. I know I was in the start of my hair journey. So it's okay to be a hair junkie, a product junkie when you first go natural, but as you grow in your hair journey, it is very important that you begin to shed some of the weight of those products off your cabinet, because what it does, having it there, it tends to make you reach out for just any product, and then you wouldn't really know which is working for you and which doesn't work. It's just like having a baby and you're trying to wean the baby of breast milk, and you're trying to place the baby on solid food. What they would usually advise is that you introduce one food at a time. So you can introduce bananas today and watch how the baby system responds to it for a week or two, and then when you rule that out as something that the baby can eat, no allergic reactions, then you move to the next thing. Now what that does is that it helps you to identify when there is a problem, when the baby is allergic to the food, and so on and so forth. The same thing with your hair. If you use too many products at once, you wouldn't really know the culprits of your hair loss or the thing that actually your hair likes. So it is very important you shed off some of those excessive product use so that you can pay attention to what your hair likes and what your hair doesn't like. And even if you're sticking to one product, make sure you use it in a fashion where it is not overpowering to your hair, and then it begins to clog the pores of your hair, and it weighs your hair down. That and eventually leads to product buildup, and then you have to cleanse your hair more often, leading to dryness leading to breakage and stuff like that. So it's just try to stay in the middle. Now, underuse of products is when I buy a product that is so expensive in the market. We all know as naturals that natural hair products these days is not for the faint of heart to buy, you know. They can be really pricey, especially with the exchange rates and everything in Nigeria. So when you buy a product that's really expensive, they will say use a dime size, and some of us will use a pea size. You understand what I mean? So it is very important that at least you use enough products on your hair. If not, your hair will not be getting any kind of nutrition that it needs from the product that you're using. It's just going to be a waste at the end of the day. But 6 reason why your hair might not be thriving is wrong styling options, wrong styling techniques. Now, my salon, most of my stylists have been trained not just to make beautiful hair, but to also use techniques that would not compromise the health and the nature of the hair. So most of the time in the salon, I am like that, and my people have caught my fire. So when clients come in and say, no, you must grab my edges, they tell you, I'm very sorry, we can't do this. If you need a stylist to do this, it wouldn't be in this place. Maybe you have to get your service done somewhere else. Some people might take it as disrespectful, but because of how much we respect your hair and its health, we would not compromise on our health practices for the hair. So beauty comes after health for me. I feel any protective style you're putting in that is compromising the health of your hair, jeopardizing your hair journey, your journey to healthy hair and beautiful growing hair, it's not worth it. Stay away from it. So know what works for you. Know the protective styling that works for you. When you're detangling your hair, know how to go about detangling your hair so that you do not cause damage to your hair in any way. So make sure that the health of your hair comes before any beautiful styling that you want to put in your. Number 7 reason why your hair might not be thriving is that you do this. Yeah, you touch your hair too much. Now, I understand. I used to be that way. In fact, that was one of the reasons why I became a stylist, because I loved to just have my hand in hair. And I found out that the more I did this, the more there was damage to the hair. So you can see my hair is in mini twists right now. It's going to be this way for 2 months, maybe 9 weeks, but I always stretch it, especially during the dry HARMATTAN season in Nigeria. I just put this in, and I can do a bun, I can thread it down, you know, I can do anything with it because it's almost like locks, but they're not permanent. And because my hair is it's not 4C extreme, it's like 4B stroke 4C, so it's easier to detangle my hair. Once there's conditioner and water in my hair, it's pliable, so I find it very easy to loosen, to take down this style when it's time, and I lose very little hair. I would do a video of how I take down this style, and you would know that any hair that comes down from it is just natural shedding. Don't touch your hair too much. Try to get your hand away from your hair. I know some people have the hand in hair syndrome. It can be very terrible for some people. I had 2 clients who came in at 2 different times that, you know, used to pick on their front hair, especially when they're concentrating on something, just like people that bite their nails. But this, they pick on their edges and their naps, and you can see it's completely gone. So you need professional help for that. If you have those kind of challenges, I would advise you see a professional, a doctor or a physician that can give you some healthy ways to distract yourself or to get you off that bad habit, because it's actually a habit that builds over time. But if you're just someone like me who just likes to play with their hair, just try to discipline yourself to not touch your hair as often as you want to. I'm used to just leaving my hair like this now. It's in twist. I just leave it up this way. When it's nighttime, I put on my bonnet, I sleep, I wake up this way, and once every week I take out the band, spray some water in my hair, moisturize with my leave-in conditioner, follow up with my butter and my oil, and put it back in the bun. Except when maybe I want to do something fancy with my hair for an occasion, then I could leave it down or style it differently. So do what works for you, but try to keep your hands out of your hair, because every time you touch your hair, you're taking products out of your hair every single time, and those products are there to condition, to help the hair to be healthy, to seal it from dryness, you know, from the elements outside. So try your best to keep your hands out of your hair. Just try, do something else, maybe play a game or write, or don't eat because you're going to gain a lot of weight, but just do something else with your hands. 8th and last reason for this episode that I believe your hair might not be thriving is you're running away from a trim. It's everybody's fear, okay, until you cross that threshold where length isn't an obsession for you. Some people are greatly obsessed with long hair, but once you cross that threshold of not really desiring long hair but wanting more healthy hair, you would always be afraid to get a trim. Now, the problem with being afraid of getting a trim is that once a trim takes care of split ends. I don't have a routine for trims. I don't say once every 6 months or once every 2 years. What I say is that find out when you're having split ends. Your stylist or you who is experienced with your hair would know when your ends are weak and splitting. Now you need to take off that split. If not, it's going to travel up. It's just like this is a hair strand and then it splits. It literally splits and then it starts traveling upward. Okay, and the more it travels up, the more you're compromising on the health of your hair. Sooner or later, those splits are going to start breaking, and they'll be breaking with the parts of the hair that are still healthy. And then you end up having scanty hair or hair that is generally unwell. So try your best to keep to your trims. Don't run away from it. Don't do it excessively also, because if you excessively trim your hair, not really focused on if it's damaged or not, then you would not be retaining any length whatsoever. I hope that all these points will help you, to achieve healthier hair, thriving hair, hair that is doing its best under your care, under the best circumstances that you put it in, with your genes and everything else working well for you. Put these things into practice. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. I'll leave links in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It means so much to me, and it's completely free for you. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope your spirit, your soul, and your body remains healthy. Take care of yourself. God bless you. Bye.